We start our journey on Botley Road, that if you have just got off the train, gives you the first taste of Oxford. The juxtaposition of new and old buildings is prevalent throughout our journey, as well as fixed building lines and mixed ones. The newly built shared space present here gives another theme that runs through Oxford, creating zones of traffic intermingling with thick pedestrian traffic. The larger buildings also in Oxford create here-ness and there-ness, giving a goal towards as you explore. The structure that is there on the horizon drawing attention and interest. Next, we move to Walton Street, that if you are a student is known all too well as the crossroads to where you'll spend the rest of your night out. We also see, while heading into the heart of Oxford, our first glance of the iconic Oxford spires that pierce the skyline in the city. Moving on to George Street, which houses some of the more iconic establishments such as the Four Candles Wetherspoons pub, the Odeon Cinema and the neon-encrusted Tycoon restaurant, which create frequent stops and well-trodden paths. Aside from the new, the old is still very much there in forms of the red brick walls, the historic Corn Exchange archway and the windows which either lean into or back away from the streets. Cornmarket Street is perhaps one of the more iconic streets in Oxford. The mismatched building types and building lines along the side of the streets gives the area a defining character of ordered disorder. Zones for pedestrians can range from the defined cafe walls and railings, and some are created by the performers that dot the area. Zones of control are also made via the roadworks around the street. Barriers act as breakwaters for the oncoming tide of people, creating choke points and bottlenecks. Moving on to High Street, the heart of Oxford, of where notions of here-ness and there-ness can be chosen at will as a result of the selection of arteries to traverse down to get to the next landmark. The use and function of space collides here as a result of the hybrid crossroad which links the road access point to the two pedestrian routes. And again, the building line down High Street is not uniform. The buildings jut in and out, giving each one its own individual place on the sidewalks. Looking at some of the older buildings, unique textures add to the vibrancy of the street as a result of different types of stoneworks present. He said you ought to preach instead of praying, then you won't have to go by what the people say. Arriving at Bond Square, you will be greeted by the memorial which has seated itself as the interactive landmark of the area. The multiple levels around the memorial have created individual spaces for people to use, alongside the defined spaces which benches and seats are present. Our final stop along the Oxford Trail is New Road, on which some of the piercing spires and the ancient castle which Oxford is known for reside along it. The castle function has again the juxtaposition of the new and the old. The new facilities, bars and restaurants inside, clothed by the historical walls. The screen vistas behind which arches loom leave you thinking, what's through there? And keep you curious about the there-ness of the obscured features.